to another vlog. If you're new here, my name is Priscilla Savage. I'm your host, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. Even for the new ones, thank you for tuning in. And so hold on. What was I saying? I had a call. So like I said, I want to do well. Thank you so much. My name is Priscilla Savage. I'm your host, and I'm an indie author and entrepreneur. And right now, I currently have 5 books published on Amazon, and I'm working on my sixth one, seventh, and eighth. But I'm working on 3 books right now currently. Um, so what I want to do now is I want to do a writing sprint, like a 10 or 15 minutes writing sprint. But and all of my books, my links are in the description box below, so feel free to check out my books and let me know what you think. But I'm working on one of the books I'm working on is Father's Best Friend Romance, and I'm just like having fun, guys. I'm like having fun. So I have my tea here. It's already kind of warm. Mm. I have my tea, and I just want to do a lot of writing. I was gonna knock out a lot more today, but I kind of have other things that I have to get to. But I want to see for the next, I want to say for the next 30, 40 minutes or so, I want to be writing. I don't know how much of the writing I'm going to be recording in this writing sprint, but I definitely want to do at least a 10 or 15 minute sprint right now in this vlog. It's 2:45 p.m. March the 6th, Thursday afternoon. Um, right now I'm on chapter 5 of this book. I don't want to give out the title yet because I might change it. And again, I'm still in the early part of this first draft, so it's kind of really still early. I don't really want to give out anything yet, or wait until it's like ready and stuff, and or close to being ready, and then I'll give out more or say more about it. And I was going to, maybe at the end of this vlog, I'm going to talk about the other books that I have currently on Amazon, and just to share a little bit about them. But I'm really enjoying writing this book. I'm about 1,199 words in this chapter. I'm about to round this chapter up, and the next chapter is gonna be one of my favorite chapters because I'm looking forward to writing it. But I want to end this chapter in a cliffhanger, of course. If you know me, you know, if you read any of my books, you know that I love cliffhangers. Not like at the end of the book, but like, for each chapter or for like most of the chapter to kind of get my readers engaged and get them like, anticipating and wanting to keep reading, right? So that's what I'm doing in this chapter. I'm going to put a cliffhanger there and go on to chapter 6. I don't know how many chapters I'm going to be writing in this book, but I don't want it to be too long. It's going to be it's going to be a slow burn, but not like too slow, right? And it might not even be a slow burn. I don't know. I have a few ideas and things that I know that's going to happen in this book, but there's a lot of things that I don't know yet that I'm just like letting it flow, if you know what I mean. So I'm a bit of a both kind of writers. Like I have my outline ready, but sometimes I don't, and I just like let it flow. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna get on and just finish this chapter and then go on to the next chapter. And who knows, we might write one of the other books. We might write a chapter, but I'm really enjoying this and I want to write this until like I'm tired. And then maybe I'll go to the other books. But yes, let's do this. I'm gonna do a 10-minute sprint right now, and let's see how many more words we can add to this and begin the following chapter. Okay, let's do this. want to stop. Okay, I just had to stop, guys. I just had to stop. Like, this is so good. So, let me see how many words I ended up writing. From the previous chapter, chapter 5. So I had 1,199 words. Now, at the end of the chapter, I ended up having 1,328. So that's over 200 words. And then add to that the 1,328. Add to that the 234 words that I have now, that I have in the new chapter, chapter 6. So about 200 plus 234. 400. So I'll say I have about 500 words, which to me that's not a lot because this is a 10-minute sprint. So about 500 words is not a lot, and I don't want to say I was struggling. I wasn't struggling per se, but I did take some time to before beginning a new chapter. I was trying to like adjust the settings of the Google Docs, and trying to put the settings on the tools to where I would see the number of words, and I was trying to change the word spacing and the font and the font style and text, which I probably shouldn't worry about, but I like to make sure the words are spaced enough so I can read, see through as I'm writing. I don't want it to be too close together. So I wanted to adjust that. So I took a minute to adjust that. So I'm guessing that's why it's a little slower right now because normally I should write more than 500 words in 10 minutes. So, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't mind it slow. Anyway, to be honest, I'm enjoying the story and I'm just enjoying as I see if I'm writing and like I'm reading at the same time, and which is very interesting. And one of the things that I enjoy about being a writer and an author is that, and this is something I'm still making sure to remind myself, is to write what I want to read, right? I want to write what I want to read. I want to enjoy what I'm writing because I don't want to just write because I want this to sell. I want my readers to, of course, I want my readers to enjoy this, right? Obviously, I want them to enjoy this. That's the only way, I'm going to make something out of it, like make a living out of this, right? Make money out of this. But the first and foremost is I want to enjoy this because if I don't enjoy what I'm writing, I'm just going to get sick of it and just not bother about it, right? So I always want to enjoy what I'm writing. So I'm really enjoying this story. And this chapter is like, I'm gonna have fun with this chapter. It's like when the two characters like not the first time meeting, but it's like the first time like I mean, oh my gosh, it's like the second time officially meeting, but not accidentally. I don't know how to put it, but it's like so interesting. Like, and I'm gonna really enjoy the tension between them. I'm gonna enjoy everything, and I just cannot wait to just not torture my readers, but to just enjoy this thing of writing and enjoy this book. So like I want to tell you guys more, but I just don't want to say it right now. I just want to keep writing it, and then when I'm done with the first draft, maybe when I'm like going into it with fresh eyes and rewriting it, maybe I'll start telling you a little bit more about it, maybe. But I want to make sure it's close to publishing as possible before I start telling you guys about it, right? That's just me. But yeah, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions, comment them down below in the comment section of this vlog, and I'll make sure to answer them in subsequent videos. I'm gonna keep writing. Like, I feel like I want to do another sprint. Okay, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this so much. I feel like I'm gonna do. I mean, it's not clean. Obviously, it's the first draft. There's gonna be some things I'm gonna change. I'm gonna rewrite a lot of things. But the plot stays the same. I just want to pour everything out right now, and then when it's time to rewrite, I'm gonna take my time to just really make sure everything makes sense, right? So I think I'm gonna do another 10 minutes sprint. Maybe we'll do 15 minutes this time and see if I can finish this chapter and go on to another one. So I'm thinking I'm gonna see if I can finish this chapter today, but I'm enjoying this. And like I said, I wish I could tell you guys more. I really want to tell you guys more, but then I don't want to because it's still so early and a lot of things can change. And I mean, the story is not going to change, but some things can change, obviously, because this is just the first draft. We're still very early. This is still a baby, and I'm just nurturing this baby. But I'm enjoying this, and we're gonna do another draft. I mean, another 10-minute sprint. I like the 10 minutes. I feel like I get a lot in 10 minutes. Maybe I'll do 15 minutes and try see what that is like. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna do. I think we're gonna do a 15-minute sprint, and then after that we will see. I might end this vlog and then maybe do another vlog. But it's 3:09 right now. I'm gonna wait till 3:10, and I'll do a 15 minutes sprint, which will make it end at 3:25. So it's 3:09 p.m. right now. So as soon as it's 3:10, we're gonna hit it, and we're gonna do a 15 minutes, a straight 15-minute sprint. And you guys just let me know what you're working on. If you have any projects that you're working on right now, share that in the comment section. Let me know what you're working on. Are you looking to publish this year yet, or is this going to be your first book, which is exciting? Are you working on some sprints too? What kind of book are you working on? Romance, horror, fantasy, paranormal? Let me know. Put that below in the comment section. Let's go. I might I use like a minute extra. I feel like I might change a few things in this chapter. I'm done with this chapter. I really like this chapter. I don't think this chapter ended in a cliffhanger, which makes me feel like I might go back and maybe add a few more words. So altogether we have 954 words. So we added about 700 plus words ish. So Yeah, so altogether we have 954. I might end this chapter here. Oh my God, I really enjoy writing this chapter, and I feel like from here on out, things are gonna get more interesting. So I'm going to go to chapter 7. So this was chapter 6. I think I'm gonna take a break. It's almost 3:30. I think I'm gonna take a break right now. Maybe watch a movie. Maybe watch a movie or work on something else because I'm gonna start designing for a friend of mine. It's something she I'm gonna be working on designing for a friend of mine. That's something else I'm gonna be doing in addition to writing. So I might take a break and start designing some things, or I'll just take a break and watch a movie. Which I want to take a break and watch this. I'm actually watching the this series again. I'm rewatching the series City Hunter, Korean thriller action drama sort of. So City Hunter, if you've seen it, let me know in the comment section. But I'm gonna just um go watch that, a little bit of that, and we might come back and write again. I don't think I'm gonna be vlogging that, but I'm probably just gonna write offline. But that's what I'm gonna be doing, and I'm excited. And guys, thank you so much for doing this with me. Thank you for sticking around. If you enjoy this vlog and if you want to see more of this, let me know in the comment section below. Again, let me know whatever questions you have with if you have any questions about the writing process or any of my books or just questions in general, where it relates to writing and whatnot. Let me know, and I will make sure to answer them in upcoming videos. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me, and I'll see you in my next video. And until then, and also don't forget to all of my links are in the description box below. So feel free to check my books out, read them, let me know what you think. And I did say I was going to talk about my book at the end of the vlog. Oh my gosh. Um, I don't want this to be too long, but maybe I can use the next 2-3 minutes to talk about each of my books. So if you guys want to check them out, you can. So my first one, Abuela Most Beautiful, is the first book in a two books standalone series, the Most Beautiful series. So Abuela Most Beautiful is a forbidden romance. So it's an interracial forbidden romance between a professor and one of his students, and it is an enemies to lovers romance. It's not spicy. It's I'll say on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being really spicy, like very like steamy, and 1 being like not spicy at all. I'll say it's like a 2-ish, 2.5-ish. So it's really not spicy, but there are like tension, like sexual tension, and in there. And I really enjoyed that book. It was my very first book that I published on Amazon last year, and of course it's enemies to lovers, age gap romance. There is a near death experience, so which is it's a big part of the plot. And so you can go read the blurb on Amazon. You can click on the link in my description box. But her dad died, and so in the beginning of the story, of course, her dad had died, and she's kind of like struggling, and she thinks he hates her, because he would always like say some words, just some things, and he was very arrogant, right? Of course, he has his own baggage, and so he's coming into the beginning of the story, and she has her own thing going on. She has some personal issues she's dealing with, but he does not understand that, so he kind of misjudged her, and I think she also kind of misjudged him for different reasons. But later on, you will start to see, how they come together and whatnot. But all of the tension and everything there, and so there is Navia of Love and Tears. Now, on a scale of 1 to 5, Navia of Love and Tears has a spice level of, I think I'll say 4, very close to 5, maybe a 4.5 spice level. And that book is really close to my heart because that book is one of my favorites. I would say it's probably my favorite, to be honest, because it's so deep and really touched on a lot of issues. I mean, there's a content warning there. There's a content warning there. You can go read the blurb on Amazon. It has to do with, of course, the mature themes. Really the sexual scenes there. It wasn't too explicit. As a matter of fact, that's a rewrite. I rewrote the story. It wasn't too explicit, but there's some mature themes there. But they have their purposes there, and so Navia is someone that of course she lives with her grandma, and she is just, I mean, rebellious. She is, I mean, she has a lot of baggage. I mean, she has a lot of baggage from the past. She has a lot of trauma, and just growing up with her grandma, and she has two jobs, and so she got a job as a PA working for this man. This man also, like, later on, he starts to have his own family issues later on, right? So they're just two imperfect beings, and so she works as his PA slash, one of his editors in this company, and she also has another job, right? She also has a job that she does, to kind of help pay the bills, and she works as a stripper and a call girl. So that's something that's going to really clash as her relationship, with the main male character develops, and it's a little bit of a love triangle there. But later on that dissolves. Obviously it's clear who she wants, who he wants, and so he, the main male character did not know that she was a stripper until later on he realizes that his PA is the stripper, and so that just, I mean, she thinks that he just, like, he can't stand her. Of course, he has his own thing going on. She thinks he's judging her, and he thinks, like, he kind of sees the worst of her, but at the same time, later on, he will start to see something different. He will start to see her differently, and it's a lot of things that happen before that. It's a lot of things that have to take place, for that to happen, for these people to find their way to each other. So it's also a second chance romance, enemies to lovers romance, and she thinks he's a hypocrite. It's a lot of things, and of course, it's a happily ever after. I don't want to say too much about it. Go read the blurb and go read it and let me know what you think. Now, A Bride for the Prince is a Nigerian love story. It's English, but there were some words that there was some dialect that I kind of put in there in the story, but I did pull their translation, their meanings there. So I love A Bride for the Prince. It's also one of my favorites. I mean, I love that book. It's also a forbidden romance. I mean, obviously, I love forbidden romances. It's also a forbidden romance. This new student and this really sweet teacher, right? And so this new student, her friends challenge her to do something crazy. And so she agrees later on to do it, but then things become complicated, right? Because, now this sweet teacher, she's doing this thing, and this sweet teacher, he has to find a wife. He's, is a prince. His dad gave him an ultimatum. He has to find a wife, and he has a girlfriend in the beginning of the book. But I'll just stop right there. So go check that out. To Love a Maiden is also, it's not really a forbidden romance, but this help, this young lady, she works as a help in this man's parents' house, and this man has an older brother, but he ends up, he falls for her, obviously, but she's dealing with a lot of stuff. He not quite, but he has to kind of navigate, see how he can get through to her, and she also she has a lot of walls that have to be broken, right, for her to open up her heart. So it's a short book as well, romance. And now the last but not the least is Under the Lesser Light. Under the Lesser Light is interesting because I wrote Under the Lesser Light before Awelewa, but I published Awelewa before Under the Lesser Light, right? Because I wasn't planning on publishing Under the Lesser Light on Amazon, to be honest. I really wasn't planning on doing that. I had my own personal website where I was publishing it first before I took that down. But then I decided to publish it, right? Like, why not, right? So Under the Lesser Light is a paranormal friends to lovers romance, and it's just, I mean, it alternates between not the past per se, but it's almost like history repeating itself. So it's a supernatural thing going on there, paranormal thing going on for sure. It's like a fantasy thing going on there as well. It's some plot twist there as well. Just like Navia, there's a plot twist there. But Under the Lesser Light, there is a plot twist there as well. And it's just, that book is close to my heart because it was the first book I ever wrote that I was planning on trying to make some kind of money out of. I guess that's why later on I decided to publish on Amazon. You know, but I really like that book. Now that book's spice level is, I would say, it's like a 1. Really, there's really not like a spice thing there, but I think it's very interesting. I've had a lot of people read it and they enjoyed reading the book, and it's just gonna take you through this journey of the main female character and the main male character, and like, of course, there's the antagonist there and just crazy people there. But it's a paranormal romance, teleportation, telekinesis, there, mind reading and things like that. So it's, it was a fun book to write. Excuse me, it wasn't too long as well. Um, um, a Bride for the Prince spice level, I would say it's like a 1.5 or 2. I said the video was like a 4.5. To Love a Maiden spice level, I would say it's like a 2.5. It wasn't really a lot of spice there. But that book also contains a content warning. So there's a assault, rape, thing there going on, alcohol, drunkenness, consumption and whatnot there. So you'll see that in the blurb. Go read the blurb on Amazon, the description of the book, and check it out. Yeah, that's it. I know I said a lot, but I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this, and thank you for joining me on this writing sprint. Hopefully we can do more of this. But until then, guys, keep writing and keep believing. Bye, guys.